Brooklyn Independent Television.
This week on In the Zone, we're at South Shore High School for track and field. We'll also go to Brooklyn College for softball and their cheerleaders. All of that and more on In the Zone. We're here at South Shore High School, home of the Viking Classic meet, which has been going on for about 9 years now. And joining me here at South Shore High School is
Phil Zoda.
Phil Watnick.
And how did this meet get started?
We've worked together here as track coaches at South Shore. Some years ago, when the facility was refurbished by the Take the Field Foundation, we started the Viking Classic. We started the Viking Classic, and the meet has grown to where it is today, 9 years later. Our former athletic director and assistant principal, Marty Lewis, had passed on after we started the Viking Classic. So we call the meet in his dedicated honor the Marty Lewis Memorial Viking Classic.
And this is a meet where high school athletes, private or public, participate across the borough, right, from Brooklyn?
Not just Brooklyn, we invite everybody. It's a place that I think we need. We don't have that many meets that are dedicated mainly to freshmen and sophomore. And of course, also.
And it's also where the seniors also get a chance to shine, and juniors.
It's the day of an SAT, so we do this after they finish taking their test.
In terms of meets, is this an annual meet that most of the high school athletes look forward to participating in?
I think there's a good number of local coaches who have been supporting the meet from the very beginning. They look forward to developing their 9th and 10th graders in those far-south events. It's one of the first meets where they can run individual. A lot of the month of April here in the New York area is relays and relay carnivals. Gives them an opportunity to stand up for themselves individually, prepare them to qualify for their own city championships as they grow through, get ready for our upcoming championship series with Brooklyn and city champs. And in the afternoon, because it's an SAT day, we only do relays for the varsity.
Now tell us about your backgrounds in track and field.
Okay, I've been a track coach at the school for over 25 years, and it's something I enjoy. And I was mentored by Marty Lewis, so I have a great deal of respect and admiration for him, and it's a great opportunity to remember him and honor him.
I've been coaching the PSAL about 26, 27 years. My first 23 were right here at South Shore. After I retired in July of '07, I was offered a coaching job at Brooklyn Tech. I am the Brooklyn Tech coach. I come back and stay with this program and this meet and continue to support the Marty Lewis Memorial.
Who is Marty Lewis, and what did he mean to the high school and also the track and field?
He was a track coach himself. He became the commissioner for all of New York City boys teams, and he's well respected, and he helped myself as a coach here, and I know he's worked with Phil for many years as well.
Marty also opened his building when it first started in the 1970s. He was the first track coach here, the first assistant principal of health and physical education. Retired in that position as the assistant principal of health and physical education, and still maintained his active status in officiating the sport of track and field at the high school and collegiate level in the New York, New Jersey area.
Where is track and field in general across the city right now, as far as in terms of high school athletes? From what I gather, more high school athletes receive college scholarships at the D1 level than any other sport.
There's no doubt that this is the most populated sport of all sports, probably not just the PSAL, but throughout New York City. More girls and boys are participating in this sport than any other sport. And if you break it down even further and consider the 3 seasons we have, the school year, we have cross country in the fall, indoor track and field in the winter, and spring track this time of year.
One of the beauties of track is that everybody competes. In basketball or other sports, you may have 5 competing, the rest get splinters, as we say.
And also, it's a sport where the athletes have to stay academically eligible.
Well, that's the same for all sports.
All sports, but especially track and field, because it's all season, right?
Well, that holds true for any team in season.
And as far as the coming season, you have the Borough Championships coming up?
In a few weeks, yes.
And the city's at Icon Stadium.
Correct.
All right. How's your team look so far?
We're young, we're getting there. And we have to compete against a formidable opponent.
We're back here, of course, at the Marine Park practice tee at Marine Park Golf Club in Brooklyn, New York. And just got something for you intermediate types of players that may be struggling with where the ball's actually going. There's something really neat, a profound sort of statement that when you really try to control something to the utmost degree is when you lose all control. We really want you to do the things in the process that get the ball to go where you want it to go. And the main thing that I am thinking of for you guys in an intermediate capacity is allowing the hands to go where you want the ball to go. If there's any excessive type of hitting of the ball or the ball is the focal point like we talked about before, then the ball is going to go all over the place. But if you really allow your swing to go to a certain place, that's usually where the ball is going to go. It's a hard thing to understand, but you want to let the ball go where you want. You don't want to hit it. So you intermediate players out there that are hitting the ball pretty solidly, but it seems to be curving off or not going exactly where you want, we want to take you to this drill right here. We want you to feel like your hands go almost pointing where you want the actual ball to end up. Your swing goes in the direction that you want the ball. It is absolutely imperative that we keep this thought process in mind. Not only is it going to help you finish your swing, but it's really going to allow the golf ball to go, even if you mishit it. If you hit it a little heavy, if you hit it a little thin, if you finish your swing towards the target, just like I've shown you a bunch, right here, just your eyes in position and the club going in the direction that you want the ball to go is going to take away a lot of these erratic shots that you guys are struggling with. Also, it's going to smooth you out a little bit in the back where you may not be going at the right tempo. We really want to have the accent mark of your swing, the energy into the finish. So that's where you can go at your normal clip. A normal sort of swing speed is into the finish. It's not into the ball. So we really want you guys to allow the club to go towards the target and maintain most of its force in that follow-through sort of position. This has been Skills and Drills with your instructor, Hunter Watkins, at Marine Park Golf Club in Brooklyn, New York.
So you think you'd be able to start in 2 weeks?
Absolutely.
Very impressive, Mr. Gonzalez. We'll be in touch.
Thank you. It was nice meeting you both. Thank you.
Good luck.
Thought he was pretty good.
I think we've got enough color around here. 2 points. And who's next?
You drop this.
Imagine the power of one voice. Find yours at freedomcenter.org.
Come on.
How you feel? How you feel?
I'm feeling good. Spin me, spin me.
Got you.
Oh, goodness. Oh.
We're back here at South Shore High School at the Vikings Classic Meet, and joining me is the head coach, Paul Schneider. Paul, welcome.
Thank you.
Last week, well, recently, you just competed. Your team was at the Penn Relays. How did you guys fare?
We fared nicely. You know, the race is a tremendous race, and as much as they want to run fast when they get there, just the excitement of being in the stadium gets to be a little intimidating. And in the end, we competed nicely, and the kids loved it. Had a good time.
And then also, that particular meet sort of gets you geared up for the rest of the outdoor season. Now, in terms of outdoor, indoor, do the athletes compete better indoor or outdoor to you?
Well, indoor we have we had perfect weather all season, and when we get outdoors in New York, the weather is very cold, and being a sprint-dominated program, guys tend to slow down a lot Once we get outside, we start to perform. Once the weather gets warmer, then we start to perform a lot better. So we look to really perform in May and June when the weather is warm.
What does this meet also mean to you? It's in its 9th year so far.
This is my 5th year coaching, and it's my 5th year participating and assisting with the other 2 track coaches at the meet. And it's just nice to have the tradition every year. Know that we have our own meet, and this schools throughout the city and the 5 boroughs come to compete at our track meet, and every year it's nice to know that other schools and our athletes especially look forward to competing at this meet where their parents could come and watch them run.
As far as you have also in a couple of weeks, in a few weeks, we have the Borough Championships coming up. Does this meet also prepare your athletes for what is to come up ahead?
It prepares the younger athletes to run some individual times in order to see where they're at compared to the rest of the borough. We start the season off with a lot of relays, and this is a meet geared for freshmen and sophomores to really stand out. And when they run some nice times, it makes them feel good, and it gives them more confidence for the upcoming meets.
As far as the field events, where is New York City track in terms of field events?
We're very strong in field events, the jumping events, the hurdling events. We compete very well with the rest of the city, with the rest of the tri-state area. So we know when we compete here, we have some good competition in the fields, in the field events that we're we're competitive with any place that we would go.
And and no matter what in track and field, the show must go on, right? Whether
there's always another race.
Rain or shine, and as you can see, it's raining right now. But in terms of softball, for CUNY Athletic Championships last year, Brooklyn College was in the championship but came up on the short end. Hopefully this season they hope to get another crack at it. Alexandra Naquin has more on Brooklyn College softball.
The Yankees aren't the only team hitting the mound or stepping up to the plate. Brooklyn College's softball team has their bats, gloves, and is ready to return to the CUNY Athletic Conference Championship. The Lady Bulldogs are led by their pitching ace, Maria Neto, who boasted 87 strikeouts in the 2011 season.
I think altogether as a team we're doing good, as a whole. We stay on top of each other, we do our best to keep each other motivated.
This team isn't solely relying on Oneto's heat. They have a strong bat in Allison Donovan, who was named CUNY Athletic Conference Rookie of the Year.
I think we can go pretty far. We have a really solid team this year. I think we're a lot deeper than we were last year. Everybody can play, and I think we can compete with anybody in CUNY, like CSI or BRIC. As long as we just play and believe in each other every day, we can go really far.
The school's young talent is complemented by new coach Bill Dumont, former legendary James Madison High School coach. Before rising to the college ranks, Dumont earned more than 600 wins, 7 city semifinal appearances, and 3 championship appearances.
2-1! For college, the kids are very skilled. It's not about developing them from the bottom up. These are kids who are coming to you with big skills, so it's refining the skills to get them to do the little things that you have to do to win. So it's instead of just hitting, which in high school many kids would just hit the ball, you'd be happy. Here you want placement, count hitting, hitting behind a runner. So it's a different skill level, and that's why I came up here. I wanted a new challenge.
While the Lady Bulldogs fought for the championship last year, this season Coach Dumont says his girls aren't chasing the title.
We just want to get into a moment where it's 3-1, 3-2, 3-3, and have a chance to win. But I think for us and the other three teams, Hunter, CSI, and Baruch, it's who's going to catch the ball at that big moment, and whoever does it will win.
With a record of 500, Brooklyn College softball looks to surge into the 2012 postseason.
We're here at South Shore High School, in case you're just joining us during the Vikings Meet Classic. And joining me is a young man who I covered over a period of years during the football season at PSAL level, is Naquin Alexandra. Naquin, welcome.
What's up?
How's everything?
I'm good.
So where are you these days?
I was at Lackawanna College for 2 years. I played there, and I'm confused with what school I'm going to at the last minute. I hit up AIC out in Springfield, Massachusetts, so I might attend and run and play football for them.
What years did you attend Sheepshead Bay?
06 to 2010.
And what are your thoughts about your high school career? When you look back at it?
I miss it very much. I loved running track and playing football for them. I really loved track more because we went a lot of places, and I was very consistent to track of winning, and I just miss it. So.
You're running track in college these days?
Yeah, I'm trying. At Lackawanna, they didn't have track, so I was doing football, and then when I come home, I joined a club team and train with my John Badula, my high school coach. So I'm looking forward to running track in college.
And why are you here these days today at South Shore High School?
I help assistant coach at Sheepshead Bay, so I came today, and I heard it was an alumni race today, so I joined that race also.
So how'd you do?
I did pretty good. Everybody said I did good, so I think I did good. My hamstring hurt a little bit, so.
And when you move on to the next level, will you continue to play football and also run track?
I'm confused about the football part, but I'm gonna run track definitely.
What is the confusion as far as?
I'm not dedicated to football. I'm not type of guys that I will watch football games or watch my film. I don't like it. I just play it because I'm just good at it. So I like track, and I just want to run. I would love to run for USA one of these days.
For young people, young women, young men who are getting ready to graduate out of high school, especially coming up in June, what is your advice? How would you advise them on going to the next level?
I would say just stay in class and consistent with your work, because your grades is everything. That was what I messed up on also. So if you don't got the grades, you can't go far. And
as far as especially staying as far as in the guidelines of the clearinghouse too.
Yeah, you gotta. I'm not sure about the clearinghouse, but as grades wise, yeah, you just gotta stay in class. Just stay on top of your work. If you want to run, you just gotta stay in class or play football.
Did you get a chance to run against some of the your former competition here?
Yeah, some of them. Yeah, it was pretty good. I'm looking forward to running again next year here.
All right. Well, in terms of high school, when you played football, were the cheerleaders also the best time also? Did they give you guys a lot of encouragement?
Yeah, my cheerleaders, yeah, they did.
Whether the team was...
Yeah, winning or losing, yeah, they was really cheering us on when we got to get when we up and down and stuff, so.
And that's true, because right now we're gonna change the page for a little bit here, because when it comes to whether the team is up or down, the cheerleaders are always there to encourage the players during competition. Let's take a look at Brooklyn College cheerleaders.
Music is on.
Yeah, we're back. We wanna win. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
What made me want to start a cheerleading team here at Brooklyn College is that I came from the University of Northern Colorado, where I cheered there, and I came out here to do my master's degree, and when I was out here I realized that they didn't have a cheerleading program. So I talked with the athletic director and said, why not take this opportunity, getting my degree in sports management, to apply some of my education background as well as my experience cheering to something that I just felt needed to be here. Even though it's a commuter campus, I understand that the kids don't have the same experience that I had when I was in college, but definitely wanted the school spirit at the basketball games to be more. It definitely makes a huge difference when you have a group of cheerleaders there. The style of cheerleading that Brooklyn College Cheer brings is a very collegiate feel. We have stunts, we have traditional stunts. They're built what we call 2.5 high, which means that there's one person on top of another and then a half person on top. It's not half a person, but we can't build shoulder on shoulder on shoulder. So we bring those stunts, which are definitely traditional in your college setting. It's a very collegiate look. Other all-star teams or high school teams, they can't do 2.5 high stunts. We don't step, so we do very short chants and short cheers, and it's about rallying the crowd.
I've been cheerleading since I was in the 8th grade, and my high school team was a competitive cheerleading team as well. So I've seen, pyramids and stuff like that, but nothing like a college pyramid, because in high school you're not allowed to do certain stunts. So when I got to college and saw the collegiate legal pyramids, I was like, wow, I have to base that, I have to try that. I was afraid, but I was afraid and excited to tackle on a new challenge. I wanted to exceed and proceed in my cheer career.
I wanted to join cheerleading because in high school I danced for 4 years. I've never cheered ever in my life, junior high school, or anything. And I just always been interested in cheerleading, so I decided, why not? Let me sign up for it. I was a little hesitant at first because I looked them up and they looked amazing, and I'm like, I could never do the things that they do. But then I went to tryouts and I made it here.
When the kids are learning these different skills and bringing it to the floor, it definitely makes a huge difference when we're starting from the ground up and they're learning basic skills so that we can continue to grow from there. If they don't have what we call an elevator, then we can't move on to an extension, which is raised. So we have to take these small progressions and these small skills.
Totally
I get a lot of athletes that have never cheered in their life. They never stepped, they never danced. So they come in here like, I'm going to try it, why not? And so I really challenge them and get them in shape. It's a lot of strength and conditioning, cardio. They do a lot of stuff outside of the practice room to prepare themselves. They're lifting other people, so it's a lot of weightlifting. It's a lot of skills, fine motor, gross motor skills. Also being able to balance and coordinate and timing and synchronization. So there's a lot of things that end up going into it, but that make it overall the collegiate feel and the collegiate look and enhance the experience. Pilo, when you're here, you're pulling back for that. So it's like you're instead of letting the pop come up and pull, you're pulling back for some reason, wanting to come here. Let them pop you. It's like you're pulling your leg backwards. When you're here, instead of letting that pop come up and hit here, you're here and you're letting it come here. Right up. That was better. You just were a little flustered.
This is my 3rd year on the team, being a flyer. The flyer is the person that usually tops the pyramid and gets tossed into the air by the bases, the people under her. And you have to be very controlled, flexible, like, something that you have to have, flexibility. And you just basically get tossed everywhere. And it's the person that usually gets showcased the most throughout the routine, in pyramids and in stunt combinations. I was really nervous being a first-year flyer because you really have to put your trust in your bases and your back bases because those are the ones that have to catch you. You're putting your life in their hands. So I wasn't really familiar with just trusting random strangers with my life. But once you see that they've been on the team or they're good bases. We even did like trust exercises where we just like fall back and they have to catch you. Like, you can't hesitate when you fall back, and that was like a trust exercise we did. You just basically get used to trusting them, and the thing with flying is you have to stay confident in what you're doing and just focus on what you're doing and let them focus on what they're doing, and then that's how everything would just work together. So now everything is just natural to me. I don't think twice about being in the air. I'm not scared because I used to be really scared of heights.
Good, that was a lot better.
And now like I'm not scared of being in the air. Like that helped me conquer my fear of heights. So like I'm really grateful for that.
5, 6. My standpoint on cheerleading as a sport is I feel like it is a physical activity. And I say that in the fact that we don't have a win-loss record. And when they classify a sport usually has a win-loss record. And we compete once. So it's either 0-1 or 1-0. There's nothing more than that. So in the category of stunt, which is a new NCAA sport that they're trying to get out, it is cheerleading, and they compete, and that's all they do. They don't do the spirit side of it. So that part of it I do consider a sport. I consider this a physical activity. So there's a lot of other things that are physical activities. I want to be counted as a sport, but when you start getting into NCAA issues, then that becomes a whole nother thing that I'm not sure that I want to touch. So I like the fact that we're able to cheer on the team, but have that one night to ourselves to really showcase what it is that we do. And it always turns people's opinions around when they say that it's not a sport. Once they watch us for that one night, they're definitely won over because they know they can't come onto the floor and do what it is that we're doing.
Push it! This is it!
The future for BC Cheer, I want to get them on the map nationally. I want for them to go and compete in Myrtle Beach or go compete in Daytona or in Walt Disney World. I want the world to know who they are, not just New York City. So that's really kind of what I want to see them do and how I want to see them grow. I want, of course, for them to continue to cheer on the men's and women's basketball teams and to be ambassadors for Brooklyn College because it is an amazing school and they have amazing opportunities here, but the world needs to know about them.
Well, that's the wrap up for In the Zone from South Shore High School. I'm Michael Bellamy. Take care and have a safe week. Bye-bye.
Watch this and other Brooklyn Independent Television episodes online at bricartsmedia.org/BIT.